Okay, so here we are again. We're on Carty. It's the Hotel Barracuda. Obviously, it's Tuesday morning. It's the PEC Club, and as always, here I am about to interview our speaker. Again, very interesting speaker, Terry Burbidge. Would you like to say hello to everybody?
Hi, hello everyone.
Listen, Terry was talking about. Listen to this: mountain marathon madness. Is that right?
Yep. Yeah.
And it's something that's already in the Guinness Book of Records. Did you mention that?
The highest marathon in the world, yeah.
Interesting, okay. And this event took how long ago?
I did it in 1987, 38 years ago.
38 years ago, that's incredible.
That was the first one.
Right, and it's the highest run in the world, is that right?
Yeah.
Interesting, fantastic. Well, one of the good things about the PEC Club is you never know people's backgrounds and that, but anyway, you spoke a lot about it, but one of the things, and I can only talk about the things I found of interest,
Yeah.
and that obviously it's a downhill race, more or less.
Yeah.
But to go downhill, you've got to go uphill first, is that right? Because I know you spoke about the bus and the challenges with the bus and everything.
We had to trek out to the start line.
Yeah.
So we had to actually trek up to 17,000 feet where the race started.
Yeah.
And then the race was back down. But the race itself wasn't all downhill because there were little ups and downs.
But the main thing is you had to trek up the blooming place.
Yeah, to get to the start line.
And you spoke about a couple of the challenges going up, is that right?
Yeah, I mean, it took us 2.5 weeks to get up to the start line. So we had problems with the bus taking us to Jilly because there was a landslide, so they had to have a second bus come to the other side, cart all the gear across, which was not sort of ideal.
Interesting.
So obviously then just getting used to the higher altitude, climbing slowly.
Yeah, so this was not just a matter of putting your shorts and shoes on and turning up at the start line. No, I know, fantastic, eh? All right, so I've got a whole lot of it. So look, why did you do it?
I did it, I suppose I was looking for another challenge. I'd done this 3 peaks yacht race, which involved Ben Nevis, Snowdon, Scafell Pike, the 3 highest peaks in Scotland, Wales and England. And soon after that, I saw an article in my monthly running magazine about this race, and I just got sucked in.
Yeah,
Everest,
you've got to have a go. Yeah, of course. Okay, what a challenge. Okay, and so you mentioned it was an insane challenge, but then of course, another thing I found interesting is you mentioned going out getting sponsorship. And tell us that bit you found with regards to sponsorship, sponsoring the Everest Challenge.
Yeah, the Everest Double Glazing Company didn't reply to me. I thought this is going to be for them. It was surprising, where one of the biggest amounts I got was a couple £100, and this is back in 1987, so that was a lot of money then. From a little local company that sold garden ponds.
But Everest Double Glazing, nothing.
They just didn't reply. Maybe they didn't get my letter, I don't know, but they didn't reply.
What a missed opportunity, eh? It was anyway. And so, and then obviously you spoke about the medical teams that were there, is that right? Because this was not just a straightforward marathon. But one of the things I mentioned, this declaration you had to sign with regards to bodies, is that right?
Yeah, we were told that if some bad did happen, you died, they would not be able to repatriate bodies back to the UK. They had no insurance to cover that.
You'd be stuck up there.
You would basically either be cremated or buried on the mountain. I mean, there's actually loads of bodies on Everest.
There are.
The ones that die, the climbers who fall high up, they can't get their bodies down.
No, I found that out. Interesting, eh? So, and then, all right, so look, who won? Who actually won this race?
Stuart Duffield, a British guy. That was... The medics tried to convince us that us Westerners, we were not going to win this race.
You said this, that it would be run by a local,
We didn't meet the Gurkhas until we got to Namche. So we all thought we were good runners. They said, when you see the Gurkhas, you'll realise you're not going to win. Yeah. But Stuart did. Only by 30 seconds. It was tight.
Doesn't matter. He was there, okay. Yeah. But another interesting was the actual time it took. How long did he take? You mentioned 4 hours 53 seconds.
Yeah,
Stuart
did it in 4 hours 53 minutes. Yeah.
As opposed to his normal time of what?
I think Stuart's best road time was 2:23. So
almost double.
A bit more than double. Yeah.
Just shows you how difficult this race was. Fair play to you, mate. Bloody hell. And then of course, how many people actually finished?
50 were intending to start. Yeah. Only 45 started because 5 got sent down early with symptoms of altitude sickness, so they had to come down. Of the 45 that started, 42 finished the entire race. The other 3 came out at 20 miles. It was 20 miles. There was a shortcut down into Namche, and they all three of them had got really hurt their ankles,
Yeah.
and that was the easiest way of getting them down.
Yeah. It's still a good success rate, eh?
It was, yeah, considering that at the start, the dire predictions that, we're suicidal, we're going to kill ourselves. That's why some people wouldn't get involved in sponsoring. They didn't want to be...
Oh, I see. Didn't want to be related
They didn't want to be sort of involved with something that they thought was going to lead to a disaster, multiple deaths.
Missed opportunity,
Yeah,
eh?
yeah, yeah.
All right, so what have I got here? Okay, so, and then it was all done and dusted. Going back, you mentioned this, I'm going to say, was it a wild night or a calm night?
We had I think we had 2 nights in Kathmandu. One night was like the presentation, which was very formal because you had the sports minister there, the tourist minister, Nepalese princess was there presenting all the medals and stuff. But we had a night out on the town, of course.
I can understand it.
We was buzzing because we'd done it.
You would have been, eh? The
So
euphoria there,
a few beers were drunk.
A few?
Quite a few, yeah.
Okay, so anyway, and then really, look, you finished because we haven't got a lot of time. It was very, very interesting. Lots of questions, lots of praise for you and recognition. But you mentioned that about your treasured possessions.
Yeah, I got obviously my finisher's medal, and everybody got one of those. And then they had like these limited edition Mount Everest plates. I think you had to apply and pay a little bit of money to get one of those.
Yeah.
But I think they was 200 of them, and they were like all numbered. And I thought I just got to have one of those.
Oh, you've got to, mate.
It's in my cabinet at home.
Is it? Okay, so you mentioned you got somebody to take the photos to send them for the presentation.
Yes, because I didn't think about doing this presentation after I was in Thailand. A lot of the stuff that would have been useful was in England, but my lodger back home in the UK got a couple of phone calls and, can you take a picture of this? Can you take a picture of that? And WhatsApped it over.
Yeah, no, really good, mate. Really. I mean, fascinating. I've got to say, well done, bloody brilliant. But look, have you got anything you would like to say to anybody, either young or old, with regards to really meeting challenges and that?
Yeah. I would say you've got to go for it. I think the phrase I would use is, I want to limit my regrets. When I take my last breath, I want to not have too many regrets.
That's a good one, mate.
Everybody's going to have regrets about stuff they did they shouldn't have done. We all do. But I don't want to have too many regrets about not doing stuff that I didn't do.
Yeah.
Like if I'd have got talked out of that race by all the scepticism, and then they'd have come back all with the success, I'd have been gutted.
You would have been, mate. No,
sometimes
that's a good one.
If you got a dream, go for it.
That's the main one. No, bloody brilliant. Well, look, I'm going to say congratulations on a good talk.
Thanks.
From the expat point of view, thank you very much for doing your talk.
You're welcome. I really enjoyed it.
Here's your certificate.
Thank you.
Okay, and we'll get you back. I'm sure you've got other talks.
Well, I could do one on the 3 Peaks yacht race, maybe.
Oh, bloody hell. Okay, you're on. Okay. So
maybe not now, but
no,
in
Terry,
the future
thank
sometime.
You very much. Well, look, again, as always, you can see we have such good speakers, so much experience in our group and the expat community. It's worth coming along and listening to it. So we don't always do presentations with regards to health or visas or technical issues. Sometimes it's just personal stories that are fascinating. So come and join us every Tuesday morning, Hotel Barracuda, Padder Expat Club. I'll see you there, and you'll see Terry there as well.
Yep, I'll be there, yeah.
Bloody brilliant.
Cheers.
Thank you, mate.